2TC is an achievement in Bloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to complete a CHIMPS game using just 2 towers. Today we're going to be doing this with the Prince of Darkness and the Bears. It is the spoopy season after all, and it wouldn't be a spoopy season without our spoopy boy on the field. Now, can we get ourselves a Dartling Gunner without needing to upgrade our wizard? And that's going to be just about a yes, but also a no. I guess we're going to have to upgrade our wizard monkeys just so that we can actually get this Dartling Gunner on the field. If you're looking to see what 2 tower chimp combinations have been done by people like yourself, or perhaps by other people most likely, then there's a site which you can check all that out on called Bloons Tower Defense 6 Index. There's a link in the description below where you'll be able to find every single combination that has been done. So these two are quite a common pairing together when it comes to trying to do a combination. So for example, the pod works very well with the Mad, because the Mad is very good with Moabs and this is very good at clear up. Round 15 pink balloons is always a very fun time for everyone playing on chimps, especially on those harder maps like Blondes or Bloody Puddles. You're probably wondering why we're not playing in a challenge editor, so we just have one wizard and one Dartling Gunner displayed atop here being grayed out because we only have one enabled of each one. While I have something pending within the challenge editor which I don't want to restart the entire run for, but just know that that is why we are within a normal game of chimps. Round 24, camera balloon, no problem. We've got something for everything. We've got this for DDT. So, what am I thinking of here? Not DDTs. We've got this for purples and this for DDTs. Round 28, lead balloons solved by our beautiful, well, it's not a dragon tank, but it does spew out flames. Draw them out in flames. Despite the strategy being quite clear here, destroy the balloons, we still need to be very careful when it comes to the actual usage of our weaponry here, because we do need to rely on having our graveyard when we get the necromancer to be at somewhat of a capacity. Otherwise our effectiveness when it comes to our wizard monkey is not going to be that strong at all. Like, the lower the graveyard is, the less powerful that they are. And obviously, with no graveyard, they cannot spew out any undead. And that's not good for the spoopy season. I just realized this spot for our Dartling Gunner is a bit diabolical, because if we're going to be surrounded by DDTs later on, like let's say with round 95 and round 99, this thing is probably not going to be able to do anything because of the fact that the balls that it fires out, or the bucks that it fires out, will just be completely negated by the presence of DDTs themselves. Round 39, going down quite well. And there we go, put you over here so that you have the full advantage of this entire box. I don't want to be this Dartling Gunner. Look at him doing the laps. I don't want to be this monkey. Will you stop swiveling me? I've got a headache. It's all fun and games. Then you start doing the why, I believe rounds 95, 99, and round 100 could be rounds which will stop our abilities of being able to do this particular combination. Round 100, because of the DTs which are spawned out from the bad, so let's say if we don't kill the bad in enough time with the bears, then the graveyard of this will be 0 and therefore it has no DDT popping potential. Okay, a very small amount, but it's not that good. Now, in the comment sections below, I would like for you to comment on what kind of videos you'd like to see me do in the future more preferably. Like if it's like 2 tower chimps videos, 2 mega pops videos, or some other niche challenge, like going up to around 114 and getting the majority of the pops with a particular tower. But I think I've kind of stretched myself out now and can't really find any other towers that can do that sort of thing. Or more appropriately, What challenge, sorry, do you prefer within the community? Do you prefer the 2 Megapops achievement challenge, or do you prefer the 2 Tower Chimps challenge sort of thing? For me, I like both of them in different ways. Like for 2 Tower Chimps, you don't have to worry about the pop count, but when it comes to 2 Megapops, there's a lot more thought that goes into it than I think than a 2 Tower Chimps does, because you're just relying on 2 towers in order to get you through that particular scenario, regardless if it's like one really good supporting tower, like an Ultra Boost, for example, and then a powerhouse, like say with a permacharge, for example. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers on the channel. Now, what are we going to be doing when we reach 10,000 subscribers? Well, if you're a viewer of mine that's been around for a while, you've got a good idea because I've mentioned it in a few other videos. But if you're a new viewer to the channel, then let's just say I'm going to be doing a 2 Megapops challenge with a town which you may never have ever expected that could... Oh my god. Graveyard needed for the purples. And that tower in question is a mortar of some kind, but not just any old mortar. We're not going to be doing this with the biggest one, because I've done that quite a few times, or the big one, or not even a shell shock. I am talking about a tier 2 or below mortar monkey 2 Megapops. Does that sound outlandish? Yes. Does that sound like a lot of fun? Well, in my definition of fun, absolutely. There might be a few tears. Markiplier may have done the 420 Five Nights at Freddy's challenge, but he has never heard of the tier 2 Mortar Monkey 2 Megapops challenge. Ninja would never add that as an achievement. Get 2 million pops or more in a single Chimps game using a tier 2 Mortar Monkey. No further upgrades. I could see people hacking their way to completing that achievement, and their proof is, trust me bro. So what does this conversation have to do with this current video, doing a 2 Tower Chimp scenario with the bears and the pod? Well, sometimes I like to do a little bit of future predicting, lay out the plans and what I want to do for the next video. These scenarios are not just about getting the achievement. It's not just about beating chimps using just 2 towers. It's about the journey. And if the journey is not worth it, then obviously you're not watching the video right now. Or perhaps you're some kind of masochist... What do we call that word? It's like, you like to be in pain a lot, but it's like a word which kind of exemplifies that sort of thing. There are words which you can spell but cannot pronounce, and there are words in which you can pronounce but cannot spell. Isn't the English dictionary a load of fun? Round 76, absolutely no problem whatsoever. You could potentially cash bug that round, but nah, not feeling it today. I'm not feeling up to cash bugging. There is a clear misconception that people have when it comes to a certain tower which you can use for a 2 Tower Chimps. Now, if you are ever doing a 2 Tower Chimps and one of your towers, is Adora, the only tower in which you can sacrifice is the other tower, and you cannot replace it by placing down another tower and still calling it a 2 Tower Chimps, because when it comes to the victory screen and the number of towers placed down, it will say 3 or however many towers in which Adora has sacrificed, because that is the number of towers which you have placed down throughout the entire game, not just the amount of towers that you see on the screen. It's not about the surface level sort of thing, because you get one side of a conversation where people say, no, it's 2 towers because you see 2 towers on the screen, so therefore it is a 2 Tower Chimps because there's only 2 towers present on the screen. But then you get other people who are like, well, Geraldo and Century Champion, obviously they can't be 2 Tower Chimps because you can place down shooty turrets from Geraldo, and the Century Champion deploys its turrets down. So obviously that can't be 2 towers because you see more than 2 towers on the screen. It's like more than 2 objects, more than 2 things which you can interact with at any given point in time. What if I told you that there is such a thing called sub-towers? Towers which are a part of the main tower. Also, for example, you could say that these undead could also be their own towers. I just wish there's like a ground rule in which we can all universally agree on and just stick with that. And this entire conversation, unless you're new to the scene and you just asking as a sheer curiosity rather than trying to create an argument, we can just all universally agree that if you are doing any kind of Adora run and you want to submit to the index, you have to provide every bit of the recording so that people can tell that you are abiding by the 2-tower rule. 2 towers throughout the entire run. Also, how did Adora come into the conversation of the pod bears 2-tower chimps? Well, actually, the pod is one of 2 towers in which it is possible to do a 2-tower chimps with Adora. The other one being Energizer, by the way. But I don't think, because of the ball of light duration reduced from 20 seconds to 15 seconds when Adora reaches level 20, I don't think you can do any kind of 2-tower chimps with Adora anymore because of that one change. Because you lose 25% of that ability's total power because it has 25% less time on the field than it used to be able to have. So that's no good. That's not good for my favorite tower of the entire game. Then you have people who say, well, heroes are not towers, so therefore if you place Adora and an Ultra Boost, it's still only 1 tower because Adora counts as a hero and not a tower. Let me give you some facts here. You place them both down. If you place something down using your own hands, like with a press of a button, and then click again to deploy it, that's a tower. But then again, when it comes to Geraldo's own shooting turrets, that's still sub-tower because you bought it from Geraldo using your money. Right, ZMG's left on this run. It's like, some runs I can talk about other things because I don't have to sweat a lot in order to go through that entire run, because what we have going on here is perfectly suitable for what we have going on and our success rate. Our success rate is incredibly high here. It's just a matter of trying to get it so that our bears is going to be able to hurt the bad when it soon gets into the bears' reach. I'm also never having it on anything other than normal because essentially we're pre-firing towards the beginning of this track here, so that then we don't have to rely on target independent, just because of the fact that it starts shooting when a tower's in range of the bears is like passive, well not passive, but when it turns into, you get what I mean essentially. Basically target independence only starts firing when it gets to a certain range close enough to the bears, but if we have it on normal then it preemptively fires, so we get a few more shots over bullets. Round 96 going very, very, very well here. But if you pair this up with a perma-brew, it essentially becomes a normal damage type tower, because by default its only weakness are leads. Like, there's a difference between Sharp and Shatter. Sharp can't pop either frozen or leads, and Shatter can't pop leads. Fortified ZOMGs, the second most healthiest of foes throughout the entire game of Chimps, the first being the bad. Round 98, can we clear everything here? And when I say everything, I mean everything. Okay, we may have to start pointing downwards at some point. Clear up. Okay, this could actually be a very crap spot for our tower here, just because of the fact that it's just surrounded by Moabs. Perhaps I need to put you at the end here so that you can catch the balloons on their way out. like that might be the play, and just leave it up to the bears in order to do the majority of the damage and just have the pod be clear up. But this clear up doesn't look very good. We're being completely swarmed by the Moabs here. But I can reach over here, which is kind of good. So put you over here at the beginning and then switch you over there once a round progresses at a certain stage. Right, but this is the thing about a track like this, that you can't guarantee if the undead are going to go where you want them to go, or if they're just going to be like that, which is really annoying. But it seems like this round... Okay, I'm going to put you back on the end here, and I'm going to have you pointing upwards, so that then the pops balloons are within range of the pod. Oh my goodness sakes, those red balloons might have possibly costed the run here. DDTs, DD goddamn T's. No. I need these fortified bats. So fortified DDT sipping. What I said, fortified bats. This is not ABR where one of those spawns around 100. There we go. Okay, around 100. Okay, that's a good spot. That's a good spot actually. Those are pretty good spots. I'm happy with those. I just need you to stop being damaged, please, so that then I can move on with my day, get on to the next challenge, which might be actually the tier 2 Mortar 2 Mega Pops, if you all click that subscribe button right now. Come on, Sketty Weddy, go. What? Oh my god, are these weak enough so that we can't? Oh my god, I might actually be in for a tough time. There's a 3,000, so we are at full. We've got the full amount of yard of the grave here. Might keep this being a target independent for the moment, just so that we are able to micro our pod a little bit better here, just because of the fact that for the moment we're kind of struggling against this thing and getting it down, so that then need as many of these to hit the DD. Oh my goodness sakes, what is that? Yeah, we're just not getting enough damage on these DDTs. That is the problem with rounds like this. Oh my gosh, just down to ceramics. Yeah, I don't think I can actually do this, honestly. Like, we got down to ceramics at one point, but I just cannot fathom out the undead micro with the pod here. So I'm really sorry, everyone, but this is where I'm gonna have to leave it for today. Like, if somebody can fathom this out, obviously there have been many records of this particular 2TC, but I feel like honestly the pod is very weak against the DETs around 100, just because you've got far less graveyard in order to actually work with. So you need a way of being able to probably lay a skip so that the pod doesn't need to deal with the DETs on that round. But it's just not good when your other tower that's not the pod cannot hurt leads at all. But this is where we're going to leave it off today. Thank you ever so much for watching, everybody. Please use my creator support code whenever you are within the store itself. That would be greatly appreciated. And take care of yourselves. Let me know what I did wrong within round 100, but I just cannot fathom out the spawning micro for the undead balloons in order to fully utilize each undead so that they always hit the same DDTs multiple times. But thank you so much for watching, everyone, and take care of yourselves.